Check, check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is plate final time of LRD Indo Cricket Tournament 2026 Season 1. Now, may I kindly request all the players for the plate finals who are playing, please come inside court number 1. Thank you, everyone. Now I would like to invite Mr. Pradeep Bandara, Mr. Tilina Siriwardana, Mr. Niranjan Rajapaksha, Mr. Shamika Mapelagama, Mr. Sadil Bandara, and finally, Mr. Jalita Pereira to court number 1. I'll repeat the names. Mr. Pradeep Bandara, Mr. Tilina Siriwardana, Mr. Niranjan Rajapaksha, Mr. Shamika Mapelagama, Mr. Sadil Bandara, and Mr. Jalita Pereira. All right. Snow Lions captain, please introduce your team to the dignitaries. Thank you very much. Now let me invite the both captains, please come forward, and Mr. Jalita, please come forward for the coin toss. We have Steel Dragons captain and Snow Lions captain. All right, Steel Dragons calls.
Tails. Tail.
All right, Steel Dragons on the toss.
Ball first.
Okay. I ball කරන්නේ.
අපි මේ කලින් මැච් එකෙත් බෝල් ගන්න තමයි හිටියේ. අපි ටොස් එක පෙරදිලා අපි බැට් කරා. කලින් මුලින් ඉඳන්ම බෝල් කරලා තමයි අපි මැච් එක දින්නේ.
Team combination එක කොහමද? වෙනසක් තියෙනවද?
කලින් මැච් එක ගහපු ටීම් එකෙන් එක්කෙනෙක් චේන්ජ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ චේන්ජ් එක විතරයි.
All right, congratulations, Steel Dragons. Snow Lions captain. Toss එක දින නම් ඔයා මොකද කරන්නේ?
මාත් බෝල් ගන්න තමයි හිටියේ. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. කොහොම මැනේජ් කරගන්නවා.
All right. combination එක කොහොමද team එකේ?
එක්කෙනෙක් ඇතුළට එනවා කලින් මැච් එකේ ප්ලේ කරන්න නැති. එච්චර තමයි.
All right. Congratulations, Snow Lions. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the game. May the best team wins. Thank you, respected dignitaries. The match will begin within next 5 minutes. Be prepared, team members. played final time at UPro Colombo between Snow Lions versus Steel Dragon. Toss update, Snow Lions won the toss and elected to field first. We have correction, Steel Dragons won the toss and elected to field first. Snow Lions batting, Snow Lions captain Lahiru Pereira versus Shakya Gunasekara on strike. So this is a 8-year over game. Per pair 2 overs. And there'll be a LRD super over as well. Alright. Vishwa Dhananjay to start the proceedings for Steel Dragons. Lahiru Pereira on strike for the first bowl of played final. A false start. The first ball, and that's a dot ball, very good ball outside the off stump. And the rule is you can have only one dot ball, which means for the second ball you have to take a single somehow. If not, it will be counted as a wicket, which will cost the team a -5. And that's a good, yeah, they ran 2, which is unbelievable running from the team Snow Lions, because running 2 is not easy at the moment. So 4 runs after 2 balls. It was a good 3 actually. So ball number 3, Vishwa to Lahiru. That's gone. That's a superb ball, and it's going to cost Team Snow Lions a -5, which will take their team to -1. What I feel good is, rather than planning for a mammoth score in the skin, play ball by ball, try to score, try to tap 1 or 2 each and every ball. Vishwa again, and that was a good 2 by Lahiru Pereira, Captain Lahiru Pereira. With that 2, the score goes up to 1 run. Shakya Gunasekara to face the first ball of the plate final of LRD Indo Cricket Tournament 2026 Season 1. That was a suicidal run, but somewhat recovered. A good dive from Shakya Gunasekara. That's a 1 run because the ball didn't touch the nap at a net. That was a no-brainer and caught another wicket for Vishwa Dhananjay, and another -5. With that, the score will go down to -3. So end of over number 1. Snow Lions -3, getting out twice by the captain Lahiru Pereira. So over number 2 will be bowled by Madishan. Madishan to bowl to Shakya Gunasekara. That is a no ball. That is a good tap, and
That's a superb dive by Shakya Gunasekara. That's only single, and with that the score moves up to 0. So this pair have only 4 more balls left to have a decent score, and that's a superb tap by Lahiru Pereira, showing his experience and class. With that, the score moves up to number 2, and they have Snow Lions first pair have 3 more balls to recover from the disaster. That's superb running by Lahiru Pereira and good batting from Shakya, changing the ends for 2 runs. 2 more balls remaining in this pair. Snow Lions first pair. That's a superb ball, and that's a dot ball as well, which means somewhat the batsmen have to score for this ball. Second ball coming up for Lahiru Pereira. This is the 3rd time he's facing a second ball in this 2 over, and that's a superb tap and a 2. With that, the score goes up to 6 runs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to warmly welcome our chief guest, Mr. Dennis Hewagama, to the courts. Thank you very much, sir, for coming here early and supporting us. All right, it's over number 3 and first over of the second pair actually. All right, Russell started with a dot ball, which means this is the second ball coming up for the batsman. That's a good tap and rotated the strike for a single. So at the moment, Aruna Shantha and Nalaka Munasinghe playing for the second skin. Aruna Shantha is an experienced campaigner who's playing Masters as well, with tons of experience. Let's see what he's going to do for his team on this plate final. Russell to bowl the second ball, and that's a wide. That's a poor bowling. Have to tighten the screws, Russell, and have to maintain a good pressure if they want to maintain a good healthy score to chase down. The batsman is having a hard time to pick the ball. That's a good bowling from Russell as well, rotating the strike for a single. Nalaka Munasinghe on strike. Russell to bowl the 4th ball. That's a superb tap. I think that's a 3. That's a very good tap for a 3. All right, after the first over completed for the second set, the score is 7, bowled by Russell Van Roon. So the final over for the second pair, they have scored 7. With that 7, the team total has gone up to score is 13. All right. Steel Dragon captain Hirosha Pumal to bowl the fourth over. Nalaka to face. This pair has scored 7 runs. That's a superb, I think it's a 3. That's a superb tap by Nalaka. Correction, it's a 4. Aruna to face the ball number 2 from Hirosha Pumal. That's a superb ball. Good bowling and maintaining a good pressure by the captain. And it's a second ball. Very good fielding. Somewhat the batsman able to rotate the strike for a single. With that single, the score moves up to 18. That's a wide. Losing the pressure. The team which maintain a good pressure and handle the pressure will win the matches. We have seen in the past in international cricket as well. That's a superb tap and rotate the strike for a number 2. Good try. These small chances you have to take as a fielding team to maintain a good pressure and to maintain a good low score. If you want to win games, you have to take the half chances. With that, this pair has gone up to 16, which is a good score for this game. And that's a dot ball to end this pair score. But I would say I'll take 16 at any moment because 2 overs 16 is a really good score. So with that, the score moves up to 22. All right, third pair for the Snow Lions, Isuru Sasanka and Harsha De Silva. Isuru Sasanka is a experienced, seasoned campaigner. Let's see what he's going to do. And Damita Gamage to bowl the first over of the third pair. The first ball coming to Isuru Sasanka. All right. We would like to welcome Mr. Ranusha Pereira, Director CEO at Sea Loan. We would like to thank you, sir, for coming and supporting our players and the teams. It's highly appreciated. Thanks a lot. And quick update. It's a dot ball for Harsha Silva from Damita Gamage. And that's a wide ball as well. Somewhat they able to rotate the strikes. With that, the score moves up to number 3 with this single. Good bowling from Damita Gamage, maintaining a tight line and length. And it's a dot ball at the moment, which means the second ball is coming up for Isuru Sasanka. There's a good tap showing the experience and the class of Isuru Sasanka. It's a 2. With that 2, the total team score moves up to 27. Damita to bowl the last ball, and that's a good ball. A narrow escape from the keeper. With that, A second ball coming on the next over. The first ball will be a second ball. And this pair has added 5 runs for the team total. We would like to welcome Mr. Dinamuni, the owner of Team Purple Lizard, who will be playing the final, the mega final actually. Thank you very much, Mr. Dinamuni, for your support. And quick update of the match. It's a second ball, and Isuru Sasanka, using his experience with that, they rotate the strike with a single. That was a 4, by the way. You have to take the half chances if you want to win games. That's a good effort by Vishwa Dhananjaya to bowl the second set of overs, bowling by Tharaka. And that's a good tap and able to rotate the strike by Harshas De Silva. Nimesh Tharaka bowling the second over of the third pair. That's a superb tap, and with that tap, the score moves up to number 4 because it's a LRD super over where the scores will be doubled. And even if you get out, the score will be minus by 10 runs. That's a good dot. A dot in the super over means it's a priceless. And a second over as well. A second over coming up at the moment. Bowling by Nimesh Tharaka in the LRD super over. And that's a good tap. And is it out? Yes, that's a out. And that is costing a minus 10 for Snow Lions. And that's the last ball as well. With that, the score will go down to 9. This is the risk of playing the super over. You have to accept the both, the double of the score, and when you lose a wicket, unfortunately, that's going to cost you 10 runs. All right, the final pair for the Snow Lions at the moment. Namindul Akmal. All right, Dhanuka to bowl. Johan and Naindu to face the final pair. They have to have a good score, a winning score. That's a good tap to start up with. They started with a 2, which is a good tap actually, and rotated the strike. Naindu Hansana facing Dhanuka. That's a very good ball, and second ball coming up at the moment. So the team Steel Dragons maintaining a very good pressure at the moment. And the team is pumped up after the wicket of previous player. And that's good fielding, making sure it costed only 1 run for the team. The ball has to touch the net then only the score will move accordingly. So for the first 3 balls, Snow Lions, Navindu Hansana and Johan De Silva able to collect 3 runs. With that, the team total is 34 at the moment. And that's a wide ball. Steel Dragons, if they want to win, they have to stop giving away wides. Too many wides at the moment. And that's a good tap. And a half stop, which costed them a 3. And that's a no ball as well. It's a front foot no ball by the bowler Danuka Fernando, a product of St. Sebastian College. With that no ball and 3, the score moves up to 10 runs. And that's a dot ball at the moment, which means the first ball of the next over is going to be a second ball, a 41, which is a good score at the moment. These players have to bat sensibly in the final over. Navindu Hansana and Johan De Silva, they have played very hard for these 10 runs, the first over. At any given time, with 1 over to go, a 41 is definitely a good score. Any score above 50 is a very good score to defend. With experienced bowling lineup of Snow Lions, especially the lights of Aruna Shanta, Lahiru Pereira and Isuru Sasanka, experienced campaigners of Indo Cricket. Alright, final 6 balls of the Snow Lions, starting with a second ball. Dinesh Sandruan to bowl the final over. That's a good tap and it's a 2. If you want to win matches, you have to take the half chances. If not, the matches will move away from your own hand. It's a dot ball, which means another second ball is on the way. It's a out actually, which means it's going to cost Snow Lions a -5. When it comes to a second ball, what most of the batsman does is trying to tap the ball. Alright, ball number 3. And at the moment, Navindu Lakmal is living dangerously. If that ball could have gone to Damitha's hand, another -5. Alright, another tap and run. Bowler unable to collect the ball on time, which costed them another 2. Dinesh Sandruan is bowling superb lines, superb lengths, but the team is not supporting at the moment for him. That's a good ball. And appeal for a run out from non-striker's end. It's a good ball as well, and with that, Snow Lions scored 11 runs in the skin and was able to score 42 runs in this plate finals of LRD Indo Cricket Tournament 2026 Season 1. To win the plate finals, Steel Dragons require 43 runs, which is a good score as well as a tricky score. We'll come back to you in a short while. Once Steel Dragons batting and chasing a score of 43. To chase the target of 43, Danuka Fernando and Nimesh Taraka from Steel Dragons. To win the skin, they need 7 runs. I don't think at the moment skin is not the problem. They have to target the 43. Play a good 15 runs and give your team a boost starting. And experienced and seasoned campaigner Aruna Shanta to start the proceedings for the Snow Lions with the express pace. Aruna Shanta to bowl the first over, and Danuka Fernando to start the proceedings for the Steel Dragons in a 43 to chase, which is a tricky chase at the moment. A good support from the supporters and the players to the bowler. That's a good ball, a hard line and length to start the proceedings for Snow Lions, and which means it's a dot ball. There'll be a second ball coming up. Somehow Danuka Fernando have to score a single, tap the ball and have to rotate the strike, and done easily, which is a good 2. Given at any time, that 2 is a priceless 2 without getting out. Nimesh Taraka to start the proceedings. It's a very good ball. Walking on the crease is not ideal when you're playing indoor. And that's a dot ball as well. Means there'll be a second ball. The second ball of the first over. And that's a good 2. It's a tap and run by Nimesh Taraka. With that, the score moves up to number 4. That's a superb tap. And that's 2. And if Snow Lions are to win this match, they have to take all the half chances. That was a superb chance which is being missed by the fielder. They have to maintain a good pressure, tighten all the screws. That's a good 2 as well. The fielder not able to collect the ball cleanly, which costed them another 2. If you are defending a small score like 42, you have to take all the half chances. You have to play your A game. You are playing a final of LRD Indo Cricket 2026 Season 1. You are playing for the plate final. Team Snow Lions versus Steel Dragons. Alright. Over number 2 is bowling by Shakya Gunasekara. Started with on leg side and easy tap for a 2. Very good and very sensible batting, I would say. Making sure what the team requires. Taking the pressure off the batters to follow on. 5 on balls. And that's a wide ball. This is not going to help Snow Lions. They have to tighten all the screws. If not, this is going to be a walk in the park for Steel Dragons. Shakya Gunasekara to Dhanuka. Very poor fielding from the Snow Lions. They have to do their basics and they have to control their pressure. Final 3 balls of this first pair. They have scored 13. That's a very good ball. This is what Snow Lions often have to do to maintain a good pressure. It's a second ball coming up. A wicket would be icing on the cake for the Snow Lions. It's a suicidal run out from Steel Dragons, giving away the wickets, because when it's a second ball, if it's a wide, you don't have to run. That's a rule. So with that, they are losing 5 points from the score they have scored. And final ball coming up for the first pair. With that -5, the scoreboard have turned upside down. Another wicket would be gifting the skin to the Snow Lions. Shakya Gunasekara. And that super fielding. Not enough to save the skin. With that single, the first pair, Dhanuka Fernando and Nimesh Taraka, scored 9 runs. And that's a win for the team Steel Dragons in the first skin. Alright, second pair for Steel Dragons. Dinesh Sandruan with Madishan. Madishan bowled a superb over previously. Let's see what he can do with the bat. To start this first over of second pair, Namindul Akmal from Snow Lions. Namindul Akmal to bowl the third over of the match. That was a dot ball, good bowling, and batsman was bamboozled with that superb bowling, and players were able to appeal for it, and umpire said that's going leg side. The second ball coming up from Namindul Akmal, and that superb tap, and That was really poor fielding from Snow Lions. They are giving away easy runs. Dineth living really dangerously at the moment. Ball number 3 from Namidu to Madishan. That's a superb tap and run. A 2, a priceless 2 at given time. Rather than playing for win the skin, I would say try to add 10-12 runs, which will help the team in long term to chase when chasing down 43 runs. Meantime, Namdul Akmal is bowling a superb line, making sure no freebies, and that's a run out chance, and that's gone. That's suicide running from Dineth Sandruan, pushing your partner to the coffin. Never run when the ball is in your opponent's hand. It is going to cost a -5 to our team. They're losing their comfort with that -5, where the total team score goes down to 7. One ball, Snow Lions creating a pressure, but next ball they are gifting it away. This is not going to help Snow Lions to win the match. They have to plan and play their A games. And that's a superb tap, and there's a chance for run out, but no. And that's the end of over number 1. That's a single. With that single, the score moves up to number 10. All right, second over for the second pair is going to bowl by experienced campaigner from Snow Lions, Isuru Sasanka, with number 23 jersey. Isuru Sasanka to bowl, and Dineth Sandruan facing. Crucial 6 balls coming up. That's a close call, but batsman able to tap for a 2. With that 2, the score moves up to 12 runs. This pair doesn't have to win the skin, but they just have to bat through and score whatever the possible rather than taking risks. And that's a no-brainer from Madishan, gifting away the comfort and the wicket, which is costing them another -5. With that, the score goes up -5. Which is going to cost their total team target as well. As I said, Isuru Sasanka is a seasoned campaigner. You have to bat sensibly if you want to win this next 4 more balls. If not, it will cost you the match. 4 more balls coming for Madishan. And that's a close run, but fielders were not able to gather the ball cleanly, costing them a single. Players are giving their best to win this match, but I would like to request, be careful, look after yourself, and play your A game. There's a post at the moment, making sure the batsman Dineth Sandruan is alright. The timer is on hold. 3 more balls for this pair with -1. So it's a good break for both the teams to plan their game, rethink what went wrong, and go for plan B. If the plan in A is not working, go for your plan B. Always have plan B. Three more balls coming up for this pair. Dineth Sandruan and Madishan. Isuru Sasanka have 3 more balls to bowl, complete the over. And that's a very good ball, a tight line and length. It's always going to be hard for the batsman, which means there'll be a second ball coming up. Losing this score will cost you another -5. Good pressure from the fielders as well at the moment. And that's a no-brainer from Dinesh Sundaruan, losing, I would say, gifting away his wicket at the moment. Easy catch for the captain Lahiru Pereira from the Snow Lions. The bowler is doing what the captain has ordered for. Just bowling at the correct line and length, making sure the batsman will do the mistake. So Madhishan to face the last ball of the second pair. I would say it's a successful over with -6 on the cards, where the team total has gone down to 3 runs. That's a good ball, very good bowling from Isuru Sasanka, and that's a dot. And after completing 4 overs, the total has gone down to 6 runs at the moment. Correction, the score has gone down to 3 runs with that -6. A very good over from the seasoned campaigner Isuru Sasanka, just doing the basics, not trying to bowl fast, just hitting the right areas. Alright, third pair, the penultimate pair of the Steel Dragon, chasing 43. They have to score 40 more runs. And Russell and Vishwa is the pair, the third pair. Johan De Silva to bowl. That's a costly drive, I would say. Inch here and there, it would have costed the wicket for the Steel Dragons. Nevertheless, it's a 2 for Vishwa. Now, the experienced campaigner. We have seen Russell playing so many times. Let's see what he's have today. Trying to tap and run, which is always a good thing, but that's a very good stop from the team Snow Lions, which means it's a second ball. And that shows the experience of Russell. With that tap, they have collected 2 runs, 2 more runs, where the team score has gone up to 7 runs at the moment. That's very good batting from Vishwa. A very good tap, just scoring 2 more runs, which is helping the team. Just doing the basics right. Not trying to overhit the ball. Vishwa knows the gaps and playing for the field at the moment. That's a very good tap from Russell as well. If the Snow Lions to win, they have to take all the half chances and they have to try and hit all the run out. They have to take all the run out chances as well. Alright, final ball coming up for this pair. Bowling by Johan De Silva. Vishwa Dhananjaya on strike. That's a dot ball. That's a very good dot ball to end the proceedings of the first over, which means there will be a second ball on the first ball of the next over. All right. Final over coming for Steel Dragons. Vishwa Dhananjaya and Russell on strike. Second ball coming up, and Captain Lahiru Pereira has taken the responsibility. That was a not out from the umpire. Snow Lions have to take all the chances. It was a matter of gathering the ball cleanly. Any given day, Isuru would have done that. That's what the pressure means. Playing plate final of LRD Indo Cricket Tournament 2026 means. It's all about pressure and how you maintain your pressure and giving your A game for your team. And another dot ball. Second ball coming up for Vishwa Dhananjaya. Lahiru 2. That's a good tap and run. And that was a close call and a very good fielding by Johan De Silva from Snow Lions. That is the fielding effort the team requires. Make sure you are tightening all the screws in the coffin. Lahiru Pereira to bowl the fourth ball of this over. That's a very good ball. Batsman trying to be cheeky. But unfortunately, it's a dot ball, and which means there will be a second ball coming up. A pressure second ball from Lahiru to Russell. Lahiru with bags of tricks. And that's a good tap, and unfortunately, it's a miss of the direct hit. I would say it's a suicidal run, but somehow they have to rotate the strike. So they'll lose 5 minus. And final ball of this skin. Nothing is over until everything is over. As I said, nothing is over as it over, and that's the end of this pair within the skin, scoring 11 runs. So now the final pair have to score 33 runs in their given 2 overs with a LRD over coming up. Hirusha Pumal is coming to bat with Damita Gamage. All right. Harsha. Yes, that's a confirmation from the match umpire. That's LRD super over. Is going to bowl by Harsha De Silva. Hirusha is on strike, the captain. That's a very good ball and good tap as well. Good pressure from the fielding side because there's an Everest to climb for this pair, Damita and Hirusha. Let's see whether the captain can take this ship. And that's a out, which is going to cost a -10 for Steel Dragons. Is that the match? Is it the turning point of this game? Let's wait for 10 more balls, because in Indo cricket nothing is over until it is actually over. So we have to wait and watch the next 10 balls. Hirusha Pumal on strike. Captain have to take charge. And that's a good tap and run. Snow Lions energized and pumped up in the field. Captain is leading from the front, showing great captaincy. Hirusha Pumal talking to Damita Gamage. And that's a leg side ball. So many discussions going on the field at the moment. 2 more balls of the LRT Super Over. And that's a good tap. I think that's a 6. Final ball of the LRT Super Over coming up for captain Hirusha Pumal. Let's see what he's going to do. Will he go for a glory shot, or is he going to bat sensible on the final ball of the LRT Super Over? It's a 3, which means it's going to be a 6. I said that is sensible. With that 6, the score has gone up to 28. 6 more balls remaining. 15 runs required for Steel Dragons to take LRD Indo Cricket Championship 2026 Season 1 Plate Finals Cup to their homes. 15 more runs required. Nalaka Munasinghe is going to bowl the final over to defend 15 more runs for Snow Lions. Captain is on strike.